Bonjour, je m'appelle Isabel, and I think that learning about French has really exposed me to different cultures, and it made me realize that it's harder than you think it is to learn a language because we're like so adapted to English, but it is really hard to learn a language, but it's cool too.
Je m'appelle Cadence. I am in French 3. My favorite French word is either cher or 19 because 19 it's 19 in English and it's a joke. It's really funny. And then cher because Madame Bar always says that and I like how we say it.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Florence. Well, my real name's Reese, but we have French names in French. Anyway, I would recommend French class to everybody who wants to take it because Madame Bar has a great way of making her class really chill. And she takes the time to make sure everybody knows what they're doing, so we never feel lost. So I would recommend it. It's really fun. And on certain days, you guys get food, so it's really good.
Okay, so the trip to France is planned for spring break of next year, that is to say 2026. Our requested dates are the 31st of March through the 8th of April 2026. We will be starting in Paris, seeing things like the Louvre and the Eiffel Tower and Versailles and Notre Dame. And then we'll move on to some of the castles in the Loire Valley. We'll see the cathedral at Chartres, we'll see the castles of Chambord and Chenonceau, which is like literally built over the river, it's amazing, and Amboise. From there we'll move on to Saint-Malo, which is a city known for its history of piracy. We'll see Mont Saint-Michel, which is the city that Rapunzel's kingdom is based on, Entangled. And we'll see several American cemeteries and landing beaches in Normandy. How alike it is to English, actually. We as English speakers are pretty lucky in that 30% of English comes from French. So when you get into my class and you look at some of the words and phrases we learn, you're like, well, that looks like English. It's because, well, guess where we stole it, guys. Really is very helpful when it comes to learning in my class. You can go literally speak to French speakers on every single continent where people live. There are French-speaking nations on every continent but Australia. So there's our Canadian neighbors to the north. A giant chunk of West, Central, and North Africa are French-speaking. There are 5 or 6 French-speaking nations in Europe and in Southeast Asia. French is literally everywhere.